people from different countries have different preferences. If my audience are all Chinese, you can feel it that if you talk about anything sexual and anything scandal, Chinese would pay full attention to your listening. And they would like you to go deeper and deeper to talking about it. If you don't talk about these things, then Chinese would immediately lose interest. That is very typical Chinese audience. And luckily, the majority of my audience is not Chinese. so I can feel they are very, very different. And anytime that I talk about private, they would just go away. So I think it makes me very, very happy. And I kind of very, very despise Chinese because that is what I know about Chinese. Chinese only about care about three things: money, women, and gambling. So if the world, I think if the world is full of Chinese, that is my word in the previous 30 years. Whenever I talk in public, I would always know what a rubbish person that my audience is. So I know that this rubbish would eat shit. So although I have something good to present, I would always to present the shit to them. I know that they only deserve shit. So that is why Chinese always like to watch videos that is a woman to wear very, very exposure or say talkings about sexual things or some and that is very, very typical Chinese. And I think most of my audience are American and British. They like to listen to and talk about this reasonable and very I think it's quite a positive things. So I think the time when my subscription increased is only the time, is most of the time when I reading books. It would be seemed very, very boring to Chinese when I just read my books. And there are so many subscriptions increased, so interesting. And I think that most of my audience are better than me in English and better than me in knowing about the world. So I think they watched my video just to get them perspective to see from my angle. It's not that I am better than them. So just talking about people from different countries have different personalities and propensities, and comes to the two countries fight with each other, talk with each other, like President Xi in China and President Trump in America. And I think the majority of Chinese, and not only the Chinese living in China mainland, but also the Chinese living in the Western world, they don't understand Trump, and they would ridicule and mock Trump. They would laugh at Trump, saying he is has mad or idiot or things like that, do better things to America. And also, what the Chinese leaders also do the things that is ridiculous to the world. It is, these leaders become leaders of these countries is because they are supported by the people around them. After I have so many audience in American, and I think this audience are very reasonable person, logical and reasonable, and fair and justice. So I kind of, and they are very generous, very open-minded to new ideas, and So I kind of can sense that why there can be a person like Trump talking like this is something that these Chinese don't understand at all. It is their leaders come among their people, and this kind of people would what kind of people would get what kind of leader, just like what kind of rubbish people Chinese are, and then their leaders will what kind of are. Any good Chinese, and they can't become their Chinese leader, because Chinese are very, very bad. They can't get any support to get higher in that position. So that is what someone said, that a country's level is determined by the lowest class of this country. That is why I used to ask this question: what is the lowest sample of the Western country? That it is they determine the society. Oh, I talked about this that Chinese Hong Kong officer talking about talking about American peasants will be shamed in front of the Chinese civilization, and that idiot, so ugly Chinese officer, he is supported by his fellow Chinese people, and the talk seems so ridiculous, but they speak into the hearts of their Chinese followers, just like Trump speak into the heart of American followers. American people and Chinese people are very, very different human beings. The things that will talk into their hearts are very different. Chinese are completely rubbish people. They would complain, always make themselves victims, and try to make them victim, and then to try to do better things without ruthlessly. And I think American kind of feel very good of themselves. A city upon a hill want to build a world that is detached from the older world. So they feel detached and always looks very energetic, looks very full of promise. So they are completely, most corrupted people and the most upright people. So very, very different and from their leaders. And although their leaders, like the Chinese leaders, they can be very rich, but they can't escape this Chinese curse. So they can be super rich, and they can get so many civilizations, eat many good food, or go to many tourists to see many good things, live in big houses, even and their relatives, their children, and then all themselves have spent years in the Western culture, but they still are rats of the society, because they are based on the Chinese people, and these are based on the American people. So I just think that the previous Secretary of State, Michael Pompeo, so stupid. He tried to separate the Chinese from Chinese government. Completely idiot, that man.